Welcome. Commissioner Salgado here, broadcasting live from the Cave of Men. For this week's league note, I'm going to start off with Sam, who lost in a nail-biter last week to Aaron. And it's all Dez Bryant's fault, and I couldn't be happier. I guess I could be happier if Dez Bryant would have broke his foot instead of Julio Jones. But I have no sympathy for you. One reason. Matt Forte, fuck you. Moving on, no Drew Brees or Bears D this week. That's pretty interesting. You live and die by both those. I know Brees is on a bye, but the Bears D sitting him on the bench. Risky move for you, Sam. But what do I know? I don't have a jersey. Top two are facing off this week. Sam and Burns face each other. Let's face it, we don't want either one of them to win. But if I have to pick the lesser of two evils, it would be Sam. Burns, fuck you. You de-weighted us somehow. I can't prove it. I don't know how. I don't know how No-Show Moreno has played so well for you. It's all bullshit. So I'm just going to... I don't know whether to congratulate you, really, or to just kick you out of this league. We'll take a vote on that later. Your position ranking, you're in Sam's. It just makes me sick. Single digits nearly every position. This is a league downfall. This is a tragedy for all of us. How do we let this happen? Keep losing is all I can say. You lost to Mitchell last week. Kenny Conn and the Diablos took you down without their best player putting up any on the board. Jimmy Graham had a big goose egg, so that can't make you feel good. But when you look at your team, you look what ESPN projects, it's just unfair. It's a crying shame. Kenny Conn, decent outing last week. Josh Gordon's a little hidden gem. He's pretty much replaced Larry Fitzgerald in your starting lineup, so if you want to toss a guy a bone, he's here. You're looking to keep rolling. You know, you got Team Belize this week. Eddie Lacy's the key. You need him to put up big numbers. Giovanni Bernard, he's obviously taken over for the law firm, so you should get some points out of him. Phillip Rivers, he's got to perform. 23 is what they project. That's a little steep. I don't know. Keenan Allen's going to have to sneak another one into the end zone. Antonio Gates is going to have to make some more noise for that to happen. They do play the Jags, so anything's possible, but as we've seen last week, the Jags shook Peyton Manning a little bit, so it's not a for sure deal. That's for certain. Jinx, of course your team's better than mine, but that's not saying much because the bar is very low. Sorry about Vic, but again, no sympathy here. Julio Jones, yeah, I'm not going to let that go. Where's Stephon Austin at? Where's he been? I thought he was supposed to break out, have a huge year. He looked really good in the preseason. I think he may even had like one or two good games, but he's not that every game receiver that everybody's been projecting. And I'm disappointed because I thought he would be. Danny Woodhead, it makes me laugh a little bit every time I say his name or even see him in your lineup. He's a Charger. I love him. He's a great third down back. He's like 5'7". They say he's 5'8". He's like $160 or something, but he's playing in the NFL and he makes plays. He scores points, so more power to you. The Chiefs D, been phenomenal. Can't wait to see him live this weekend. Can't wait to see you guys who are going to the game. You're going to see me in red and gold for the first time, so it's kind of a big deal. You're looking for redemption after a supreme victory from Shoes. I looked at it, and there's really nothing you could have done to prevent this loss because Shoemaker just had the better team on the field this last week, which brings me to my next point of, fuck you, Shoemaker. I thought I had a chance. I thought I could sneak up there. I started from the bottom. Now, no. Julio Jones. He fucked it all over for me. I thought that maybe I could sneak up there, beat Sam in the playoffs, and wear my Kellen Winslow jersey till the day I die. I don't know who I would get, but it just sucks. And then you steal Justin Blackmon on top of it. I could have had the replacement because it looks like Blackman's going to be a double-digit wide receiver each week. He's the darkness. Why not? Damn you. And then when I played you, little ESPN alert there. And then when I played you, Tom Brady only has 5 points. 5 points. And then he doesn't throw a touchdown for the first time in 52 games. Only you would have that kind of Irish luck. But I digress. Your position ranking is pretty unfair, too. You have like two number 2 guys. They're mostly all single digits. It's just sickening. But in the end, I'd rather buy you a jersey than Burns or Sam. So more power to you. Now, if you do get a jersey, you're going to have to think about this. What about Wes Welker? Already got more touchdowns than he had all year last year in Week 7. What about a Welker jersey? You almost owe it to him. He's been your guy, I think, for like 3 years now. He's consistent. He's doing it when everybody says he can't do it. And I think it's time for him to get the consideration. Speaking of Broncos, Gitzer Sporden, can you make a run? I think so. If Doug Martin starts putting up big Doug Martin numbers, there's no doubt in my mind that you can't sneak up there, get tied with Tyler, beat him in the last couple weeks or something like that. Maybe his team falls apart. Maybe your team just starts doing really good. It's not that far-fetched. It's really not. They're a solid squad. I've said it from week one, and I'm standing by it. Hopefully, we're buying a Broncos jersey, but not for Tyler, for Spencer Gordon at the end of this. But for that to happen, we're going to need Jordan Cameron. We're going to need to see an RG threesome. And Demaryius is just going to have to be Demaryius. He's going to have to put Welker out of business. He's going to have to take the red zone targets away from Decker. That's what I want to see. I want him to dominate. I want him to be Calvin Johnson's little protege. I want to see that happen. And if that does happen, watch out, shoes. Tight buttholes. Brace to the sacco. With me. Yours truly. That's all we got left, buddy. Me and you, again, this year. It sucks. I know. We're like the greatest... Oh, probably not the greatest. John Madden's probably the greatest fantasy football coach. But me and you are the second best fantasy football coaches, general managers out there ever that have existed. And we just get shit on by the fantasy gods year in and year out. And I truly believe that. I don't believe this. I don't buy into the nonsense that Shoes will put out there or Burns will put out there about us not being good coaches. It's simply the fantasy gods whipping their dick out and smacking us in the face repeatedly. I believe that. Your team's a little bit better than mine because you have a fantasy stud in Peyton Manning. I have nobody. But you at least have a stud, so that gives you a chance each week at winning. Hopefully, though, you end up with a toilet bowl around your neck during draft time. Hey, Aaron, you're awake. We know it. You can't fool me. None of your Sandman antics are going to work because I know you're coming for Burns. Burns, you better watch out because Aaron's awake and he's sneaking up on you. And Jamal Charles is carrying him Ninja Toad right behind your back, and he's going to take you to the Shiva. No, he won't even take you all the way there. He's going to take you in the playoffs, beat you out like you do every year, and we're going to get to watch you cry. And that's all I have to look forward to is Burns crying at the end of the year. He beat the best in the West last week in Sam. Can he be the beast in the East? Or Bam Bam Bigelow, as I like to call him. Can he be the beast in the East? Maybe. You can't count him out. He's like the only dynasty we have going so far. Already got 2 jerseys. I think he's got it in him. Mitch, the other sleeper candidate. Yeah, Mitch. I see you sneaking up there. Your team's living and dying with Ray Rice, but your wide receivers carry you week in and week out. Jordy Nelson, with those other 2 going down, he's going to shine. Calvin Johnson, they're just acting like he's got a knee injury just to try to make him look weak in some part. You also have a little bit of depth on your bench, so you're looking good there. You're quietly making a Shiva run. But if you're going to do it, there's only one way. Only one way. P.S. I demand a name change. Belligerent Midgets are back.